Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to ask the question, has the Manbag replaced the traditional briefcase? That's right, has the Manbag replaced the traditional briefcase? And it's with much sadness and sorrow that I note that a lot of men now carry these soft bags. And it seems like the downfall of society can be blamed on casual Fridays and the Manbag. And it's really, really bad news. I don't know what you can say about it. It's just bad, and it's really sad that an item that you have can define who you are, and the change in fashions has allowed men to now carry around an item which 20 years ago would have been considered feminine and a girl's bag. And I didn't see it coming. I live in my own little world, and it's only now, it's with great sadness and sorrow that I can honestly tell you the Manbag has been killed. So the Manbag is killing off the traditional briefcase, and it's with great sorrow, because I know this feminist Nazis who have perpetrated this crime don't care for the man involved. That's right, this feminist Nazi movement, they don't really care for the well-being of the men who are involved in this, and it's with great sadness. And I can remember, let's go back a bit, I can remember early 90s briefcases, rectangular type briefcases, they were all the rage. If you had a lot of shit to carry, you had a big one. If you were cool and trendy, you had a thin one. You still had the rectangular square. There are exotic ones, exotic leathers. You had the cheap ones in vinyl. And you had the luxury designer label ones like Alfred Dunhill, Cartier, and Louis Vuitton. And I gotta say, I'll tell you my own story there. This would have been late 90s, and I really wanted, I've always really wanted a cool briefcase. I had a string of briefcases. I bought a couple. I bought one from Hardy Brothers when I was still in school. I think I was turned 17. I desperately wanted a briefcase. I got a dark grey briefcase. Geez, that colour's out of date now. My God, was that a bad choice? It was so cool, dark grey and light grey. Back in the this would have been late 80s. The 90s came along. Briefcases were still cool. They were getting a bit thinner. And I had a few. So I had my Hardy Brothers one, which really didn't look, it was nice, but I don't think it was actually made in a luxury country. It was kind of just, Hardy Brothers rebadged an Asian product. I then had a few David Jones type briefcases. David Jones is the upmarket upmarket department store for men and women. And I had a few, but I just wasn't happy with them. I returned a few because I had some faults with them. And I decided I was going to later on get myself a really cool briefcase. And I looked at a few. There was the Dunhill. There was Cartier. They were all mega bucks. And eventually I went into the Louis Vuitton store. This was in Louis Vuitton store in Brisbane. This is when they were in Elizabeth Street, just behind the Queen Street Mall. Sorry, behind the Maya Centre. And I went in there, and I remember I was looking around, and they had this wonderful display of tiger green cases. And tiger green Tiger green. That was such a. Oh, I just thought that color was timeless. It's the sort of color. If you had an E-Type Jaguar or sports car, you know, had a British racing green Jaguar with a biscuit cream interior, you could just slide in your Louis Vuitton Tiger briefcase. You'd be so cool. And I looked at the president and I thought, oh, that's a bit too big. Also, it was $10,000 in Tiger green. And then I saw this Tiger green diplomat and I thought, this is absolutely perfect, the perfect size. And I had a look at it and I asked them for a price, and I'd even got the catalogue at home where I wrote in the price. It was $4,400. This is late 90s, and I thought, fuck, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. $4,500 for a briefcase. And I mean, to put that into perspective, you know, a house in Brisbane at that time was like, you could buy a reasonable house for $130,000. So nowadays, a house in Brisbane is, you know, $400,000. This is sort of starting figures for a reasonable house, you know, not in a not shit area, you know, lower middle class area. And I gotta say, you know, $4,500. Wow, that was expensive. It was outside of my reach, that's for sure. Business wasn't that bloody good. And that was always what I wanted, the Louis Vuitton diplomat. And, you know, then with time, I got a Louis Vuitton Tiger Green Serviette Ambassador. Sorry, a Moscava. I got a Moscava, Serviette Moscava. And then I short of money, so I had to sell it, which was a great shame, really, because I did love it. And then I had a Cartier, I had a Dunhill, and I sort of sold them off, but it was always the green diplomat. And I just find it so sad that these feminist Nazi wenches have come in and they've made the briefcase out of date. See, a proper rectangular briefcase, that's a thing you can store men's stuff in, like, you know, a magazine. You can store like a Penthouse or Playboy in it. You can store it in there because it's hard case, it's lockable, and no bastard's going to get into it. And this is the whole thing. It's secure. And I gotta say, it's really, really sad. I mean, what are we supposed to carry around now? It's sort of an adaptation of the purse. It's just so nasty. And why did we fall for it? Why did us menfolk fall for the Manbag? Why did we? You know, it wasn't advertised in the paper, the briefcase is dead, long live the Manbag. It just eased its way in there. It was a very metrosexual thing. It was considered gay. You were a bit of a fag if you had a Manbag. And then all of a sudden, the rectangular briefcase has been dropped, and I don't know what to say. There are decent blokes out there who are carrying around Manbags. And it's just so sad. I don't know what to say. It's just so sad. And I don't know, blame it on casual Fridays. Blame it on, you know, the casualization of society. But it didn't happen instantly. It took a while, and I turned around and it had happened. The Manbag had come into existence and killed the briefcase off. And I don't know what I can do to promote the cause of the hard-sided briefcase. I mean, this is for men to hold real men's stuff. You know, like pornographic magazines. You know, Penthouse, Playboy. Where are you going to hide these fuckers now if you got a soft bag? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. And I don't know what to say. What's happened? Why did the Manbag replace the traditional briefcase? This is one of the sad questions in society, and it's those feminist Nazi bitches who've done it. That's the only thing I could say about it, because no man worth his salt would allow this to happen. I'm Archie Luxury reporting to you live about the downfall of the rectangular briefcase being replaced by the metrosexual Manbag. Please tell me what you think. This is a great shame. Let's get start a movement and fight back. I'm Archie Luxury.